Hi, my name is William Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with acclaimed creative entrepreneur, Jackie Paladino. For more on Jackie, you can read more about her right below this video. But in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at her tune, Daddy's Money.
He's got a trust fund, I'm at work all day. He's feeding our baby with his daddy's pay. It was a one-night stand, the kid wasn't planned, but he wanted more, needed a personal whore. Give me your daddy's money, daddy's time, daddy's dollars, daddy's times, daddy's money. One day you'll be mine. I stripped, I teased, hit it deep, please. 69 crazy 8 till my period was late. Couldn't cut the cord, too much love for the Lord. Oh, a coward in court, he paid the child support. Give me your daddy's money, daddy's time, daddy's dollars, daddy's times, daddy's money. And one day you'll be mine.
Well, hello, Jackie. How are you?
Hey, Will. I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, and I'm so excited that the audience just got a little sneak peek of your tune, Daddy's Money. There's a story behind that song, isn't there?
There is. There's a long, windy story behind it. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today, by the way. So Daddy's Money was inspired by someone, it was kind of it's a satirical revenge piece, I like to call it. It was sort of a way to take back my power after a very embarrassing situation where somebody that I was going to university with, who I was sort of becoming involved with, was offering me money for like sexual favors. And we were both so young. We were both only like 19, maybe turning 20. And it was a very strange situation. It was very insulting, embarrassing. And he was also, I thought it was kind of funny because he'd never had a job before and he had an allowance. I was like, so you're literally going to be paying me with your dad's money. And yeah,
it is such a bop, by the way. I love that you took like a really embarrassing, awkward, dark, probably even traumatic experience and are able to almost like poke fun at it, and at the same time an amazing music video that was shot at the one and only Webster Hall. Jackie, what I also love about you is that you consider yourself what exactly you are, which is a creative entrepreneur. I've done my research. I've been down the beautiful Jackie Paladino rabbit hole of everything that you do, but talk to me a little bit about why you call yourself a creative entrepreneur.
I call myself a creative entrepreneur because I think that's what all of us are in the arts. For me, especially, I definitely don't like to tie myself or box myself into one medium because people are like, are you a singer? Are you an actor? Are you a screenwriter? I've done some directing as well. So it's really, for me, it's about storytelling, and whatever medium seems to, I guess, like suit the story best in that specific scenario. And then in terms of an entrepreneur, I think almost everyone is an entrepreneur today, creative or otherwise. We're all, this is just the 21st century way of dealing with business, I think. And because we all have to, being an artist is a lot of work. A lot of people don't just see the glamour. But in terms of like creating your own team and scheduling video shoots and scheduling time to create your art and then promote it and all of that. So
yeah, I think you bring up a really good point, Jackie, in that like, especially during this time when artists have been forced to be their one woman, one man agents, managers, press people, social media managers, stylists, ring light operators, camera operators, editors. It's really now more than ever, I think, highlighted how much of a Renaissance person you need to be to survive in a 21st century show business career. And Jackie, if people just go on your website alone, they see that not only are you a singer and a songwriter, beautiful actor. I'm curious to know if this time, especially during these last 18 months, if there have been any, if your why statement and why Jackie does what she does, if your why statement, and if it has been heightened in a way, what do you think it's been heightened to?
I've always been sort of a protector of the oppressed and an advocate for the oppressed. And I think definitely within this past year, that rings true more than ever. I'd say with, between like the Black Lives Matter movement, excuse me, and just the people who have been hit the hardest by this pandemic, it's definitely the marginalized. So that's definitely still my why statement.
Jackie, I love that you said two things that's so beautiful, that you're not only a protector, but you're an advocate. And then when the way that you say that, I'm like, oh my goodness, she's creating safe spaces for people who may seem overlooked or who may seem like an outsider. And you're saying through your art, no, come on with me, or hear and see the stories that I'm telling. Maybe you can feel better. Maybe you can relate.
Absolutely. I feel like that is what's so powerful about art, especially art within America, because we're the only country we're one of the few countries that has, we still have freedom of speech, or everyone has freedom of speech. And some people don't even feel like they have the right or the authority or are able to take the risk to actually say, to actually be heard, to be seen and heard. And so that's what I feel is so beautiful about art. And I feel like that's almost my responsibility to an extent, is to help people be seen and heard who might not otherwise be able to.
That's amazing, Jackie. I'm curious to know what's not out there yet. Are there any projects that you're working on that you could give us, I don't know, a little bit of a sneak peek on in terms of describing about what they are, or any ideas for projects that you have in the works?
I have a lot of music in the vault. I've been recording nonstop this past year. Wow. And really taking my time to figure out what my next single and EP is going to be. I'm finishing up an EP right now. I'm super excited about. I think that might be my next release. And it was produced by a Grammy-winning producer who helped develop some of my favorite artists. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. The title track, or the first single, it's called Neverland. So
I love it.
Yeah, I think that might be the one.
Is it about, I don't know, not wanting to grow up, or absolutely not?
A little bit. It's a little bit about that. It's a little bit about moving to LA and feeling like we're all looking for our own Neverland here, or the dreamers. It's a little bit about toxic relationships in there, and why we still care about people who have even after they've betrayed us, and like being stuck in some sort of a this Neverland, this middle ground of I guess not being in a healthy relationship, maybe.
It's very interesting.
Open for interpretation.
Well, I was just about to say, I'm such a big Peter Pan fan, and for many years, in my performing years, I would sing with Symphony Neverland, the song from the musical. But the way that you were describing it, it could actually be looked at as never land, like that within the land, the negativity that's associated. I just got a little chill. Jackie, you're going to be peeling back. You're going to be peeling back this onion.
I have not thought about it like that before. That's amazing. I love that.
I don't know.
Wow.
You're the one who activated it for me because, you know, we think of Neverland, or maybe just me, like, oh, a place where, you know, you can never grow up, you can always be a kid. But then when you're talking about toxic relationships and moving maybe through grief and anger, like a land that has maybe taught us at times that you can't do something or no to everything, but finding your path in the land of never.
Or that you're never, like like you said, like you're never landing, you're always falling, but you're looking for some kind of grounding. You're looking to feel, you know, you're looking for a sense of stability.
Wow.
And like, sure. Wow.
Blown. Jackie, we need to have more of these creative sessions. Listen, before we go, I want to know if you could say something to like the younger Jackies out there, like the Jackies out there who didn't know what it would be like to be in the trenches of this business. Pieces of advice for her. What would they be?
The number one thing would be that everything is on the other side of fear, and just be fearless because life is short. Probably caring less about what other people think in that, you know, same lens. What else?
I mean, that's major.
Yeah,
I mean,
those are the major ones, I'd say.
Wait, say that thing again.
Do you and trust yourself and trust your art, because your intuition, honestly, I think the younger version of yourself that's the least like untouched by society is the purest and the rawest and has like the most to offer sometimes. But yeah, I mean, everything you want is on the other side of fear. And
I love that. I'm putting that on my vision board. Jackie Paladino, everything you want is on the other side.
I mean, I'm not the first one.
I know, but you know what? I'm going to trademark it for you in my apartment on 57th Street.
You're very sweet.
Listen, Jackie, I'm so excited to see what you come up with and what you're coming out with next. I cannot wait to hear of the Grammy-winning producer that you're working with on your new EP, all of the music you have coming out, all of the films that I know you're going to not only act in, but dare I say, I'm feeling a little bit psychic right now. I think that you are going to be a producer, like a mogul of music, film, television. I think you realize, and you know as well, that there are stories even just outside yourself that you're wanting to give a safe space to those to create and be their best selves. And I'm very excited to see how that all unfolds. I think sooner rather than later, for sure.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, Jackie,
thank you so much for having me and for your just, you know, your positive energy and support. Thank you so much, Will.
Jackie, you make it very easy, and I just want to let our audience know, for more on the amazing Jackie Paladino, you can read more about her right below this video. Jackie, thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank you.